Hey everybody, it's Greenwood again with another tutorial video. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to solve contextual problems with trigonometry. So let's get right into it. This first one, so a boat travels north in the following path. How far north did it travel? So one of the things about these is to figure out what the heck am I supposed to do? I want to know how far north this boat traveled. So if we think about like this is the point where the boat left the dock and it sailed along this dotted line. That's like the path, and then it stopped here to fish or something. That's kind of what we're looking at. And this compass here kind of helps us figure out which direction is which. So north is going to be up, south is going to be down, and then east and west on our compass. So how far north did it travel basically means if this is the shore, how far north of the shore did the boat end? Okay. I like to label the part I want to find with an X, so we'll just call that the X. And then from here, we're going to use the same trig skills we've been working on. So here's my 90. So this will be my hypotenuse. This is my reference angle of 23 degrees, meaning that this is my opposite label. And then my adjacent label is this one next to the reference angle, but isn't the hypotenuse. And so now we'll have to figure out which of our sine, cosine, tangent we'll use. I want to find opposite. I know the adjacent is 45, and so opposite and adjacent is tangent. So we'll say tangent, and my reference angle is 23 degrees. And that equals opposite over adjacent. My opposite is the X that I labeled. That's the one I want to find. My adjacent is 45. So we use some color coding there so you can see where each piece came from. And now let's solve. So to do tangent 45, bring over my calculator here real fast. Not 45, I said the wrong thing, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, tangent 23. So tangent of 23, I'm just going to use tangent because I know the angle. Remember, I use inverse tangent if I don't know the angle. So that value is 0.42447486162, and so on and so on. So it's basically your calculator is using that as a lookup function. So we'll go 0.4244, and that should get us pretty close to a reasonable answer. So my first step here, reminder from solving for sides in the last video, we're going to rewrite our problem with the decimal, and then we'll write it as a proportion. So two fractions equaling each other. So then we can use cross multiplication or cross products to solve. So I'll multiply these two things together, and I'll multiply these two things together. So 1 times x is just x, and then 0.4244 times 45 will go back to the calculator. So 45 times 0.424 gives a pretty close estimation of 19.098. 19.098. All right, and so the thing about contextual problems that we need to do is there's a purpose for doing it, so we need to actually answer the question. So that means a little bit of language. So how far north did it travel? So I can respond to that by saying the boat traveled 19.098 miles. And I know it's miles because the diagram said 45 miles right here in the north direction, so north. Okay, so that is my final answer here because that sentence answers the question that was asked: how far north did it travel? Okay, let's look at another one where the angle's missing. So we've got a moving truck. Let's go up the ramp. It extends from the back of the truck. So this part is the ramp right here. The truck is here, and this is the ground. And so we want to know the angle formed between the ramp and the ground. So here's the ramp, here's the ground. So the angle formed between these two is this angle right here. And I'm going to use that as my reference angle in this problem because that's what I want to know. I'm not super concerned about the angle that the ramp makes with the back of the truck. So that would make sense that I wouldn't want to choose that angle. So again, just like we've been doing a lot, we're labeling our triangle so we can use our trig strategy. And so this time we picked tangent on the first problem over here because we wanted to know opposite and we knew the adjacent. In this case, I wanted to know the reference angle, so I have to pick two sides that I know. I know the opposite's 2.5 feet, and I know the adjacent's 12 feet. Again, so this one will also use tangent to solve. So we'll say tangent, my reference angle is the unknown, so we'll call that question mark. And that's going to equal my opposite over my adjacent, which is 2.5 over 12, 5 over 12. And then remember to solve, we're going to do inverse tangent. So remember we use that tan inverse or arctangent, tan -1, to calculate the angle measure or to look up the angle measure. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Okay, so now we'll go let the calculator do this. So we'll do inverse tangent, and we'll do 2.5 divided by 12 was our ratio. Let's double check. Yep, that's good. And so that means that we get 11.768. So that means the angle here between the ground and the ramp is 11.768 degrees. Angles, we measure them in degrees. Come on, degrees. Okay. So again, just like the last problem, we're not quite done. We need to answer the question of the prompt. It says, calculate the measure of the angle formed by the ramp and the ground. Well, the angle formed between the ramp and the ground is 11.768 degrees. And there is my final answer for this one. Okay, so that should hopefully get you through these story problems or contextual problems. Be sure to look back at old videos for solving if you get to this point and you're not sure what to do. Remember, your compass is going to tell you directions. It also helps if you write what the parts are on the diagram. So like if I label that this part here is the ramp, that the ground is this part right here. Didn't want to move. Okay, that's the ground. And the truck is this piece right here. Okay, so if you label parts, that can help you make sense of what you're looking for in the problem as well. I hope this one helped you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.